Hi, I'm Rula Baki, and I'm from Bayside, New York, and welcome to my favorite room in the whole house. Why, you ask? Because this is where the food is, and I love, love, love food. I could talk about food all day long. I think about food all day long, and if it were up to me, I would definitely be eating all day long. I am not a professional cook, but I'm a professional eater. I just adore a good meal. I think there's nothing better than eating good food. Actually, there is one thing better. A good dessert. I love dessert. And don't tell my children this, but sometimes I can skip the dinner part and go straight to the dessert. I mean, I love it. And what I'm making today is one of my favorites, and I truly hope you'll enjoy it as much as I do. It's a pumpkin cupcake with the star of the show, Philadelphia cream cheese icing. I love Philadelphia cream cheese because it truly does make this particular dessert outstanding. It makes the icing delicious. I just know for sure when I use Philadelphia cream cheese, I am not going to be disappointed in the outcome. Delicious. So why don't we get started on our delicious cake? Okay, first thing you're going to need is 2½ cups of flour. To that, what we're going to add is 1½ teaspoons of baking soda. Also, we will add 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then you're just gonna take your fork or your whisk, however you want to do it, and you're just gonna stir it around just to make sure that it's all mixed in with the flour and evenly distributed. And this way works for me, so however it works for you to mix it, go for it. Okay, so now set this aside and let's go on over to our butter mixture. I have 2¼ sticks of softened butter right here. To that, I'm going to add 1 cup of packed brown sugar, really packed, and 1 cup of regular white sugar. And then I'm going to show you all my 1970s mixer, see? And we're going to just mix that all up until it's light and fluffy. This is what our butter and our sugars look like when they've been mixed. They're nice, light, and fluffy. Okay, so now we're ready for our next batch of ingredients, which is going to be 3 eggs. What you're going to do is you are going to add 1 egg at a time, beat well, add the next egg, beat well, and so on. So let's do our first egg. And let's beat that. Okay, and now we're going to add our cake's main ingredient, which is pumpkin puree. You can either make it yourself, but I use the canned version from the supermarket. You need 15 ounces of pumpkin puree, and you're going to put that with your butter and sugar and egg mixture. Oh, it is smelling so good, and it's not even cooked. Can you imagine what it's going to taste like when it's done? Okay, so now we'll add to this our flour mixture. We're going to add a little bit, beat it, add, beat, and so on and so forth until it's all incorporated with one another. And this is what all our ingredients look like when they've been mixed with one another. Nice, stunningly fluffy. Oh, it looks almost like a mousse. It's just beautiful. Now that it's all mixed in, we have just 2 more ingredients to go, and it is ready to pop in the oven and enjoy. So we're going to add 3/4 cup of raisins and a heaping 3/4 cup of chopped walnuts. I say heaping because I love nuts. I love walnuts in my desserts. We're going to mix that around with a spoon. We're not going to use our mixer for this. Just going to mix it until it's well mixed, it's all evenly distributed. Okay, so we've preheated our oven to 350 degrees. I have my cupcake muffin pan with the liner here, and we're gonna fill it 3/4 of the way full. But I just want to let you know one thing. Because of this whole 1 hour requirement, I did cupcakes, but it does not exclude you from doing your pumpkin cupcakes as a cake. A 13 by 9 inch pan, cook it 40 to 45 minutes, or 2 round 9 inch pans for 30 to 35 minutes. I'm going to use cupcakes. It's all the same. It tastes the same. It's phenomenal. The icing, the cream cheese, Philadelphia cream cheese, outstanding. So let's begin putting it in our cupcake pan. Okay, the cupcakes are ready to go. They're all filled, all 12. And something I like to do when I'm making a cake, or in this case cupcakes, is I like to tap it on the counter like so, just to make sure that the batter is evenly distributed, and especially in this case because I have grooves in my cupcake liner, that they're going into, evenly into the cupcakes. So now we can put it into our preheated 350 degree oven. And something I like to share when I'm baking is I don't like to use the middle rack of my oven. I find for my oven that it dries it out. So you're going to have to, assess your oven and see how it is. But I use the rack right above the middle. I put it in the center and I have it in the oven and I wait for the magic to begin. While it's cooking, we are going to prepare our delicious Philadelphia cream cheese icing. Yay! Now it's time to make my favorite part of the cake, which is our Philadelphia cream cheese icing. We are going to put in 1 box of 8-ounce Philadelphia cream cheese into our bowl. It's softened, so we're just going to pop that in. And to that, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of softened butter. Softened and sticky butter. We're just going to put that in there. And to that we will add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And also we are going to add about 3 to 4 teaspoons of milk. I'm going to start with 3 and see if we need more later on as we add the confectioner's sugar. So I'm going to take my, what do we call it? Our 1970s mixer and mix the cheese and the butter up. Okay, so now we are ready to add our confectioner's sugar, about 3½ cups of confectioner's sugar. We're going to add a little bit at a time, mix it, add a little bit more, mix it, so on and so forth. And this is what our icing looks like when it's all mixed. It's smooth. It's white, it's silky, and best of all, it's delicious. So it's ready to spread on our pumpkin cupcakes. Okay, so our cupcakes look ready. And we're just going to test it with our toothpick. Perfect, perfect and clean. So something I like to say when I'm baking is all ovens vary in strength. For me, it took 20 minutes to cook my cupcakes, but I would start checking on yours at about 15 minutes and just gauge it from there if it needs 1 minute more or 5 minutes more. We're just going to spread it. I use a knife. You can use whatever tool you like to spread icing on your cupcakes or cake. For me, it's just easier with a knife because I can maneuver it and easily. So we're just going to spread that on. It looks really pretty and it smells out of this world. I can't wait for you to try it. I just couldn't wait until I iced all my cupcakes. I have to take a bite now because I'm so excited to try it. Amazing. It's delicious. I really hope that you'll enjoy this as much as I do. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope I get to see you in Georgia. Bye-bye.